Nothing symbolises the majesty of Slavonia and Baranja for me more than these beautiful creatures behind me. These are the famous Lipizzaner horses from Djakovo, and we're starting here on a 48-hour journey to discover the magic of Slavonia and Baranja, starting in Djakovo, ending up in Baranja with lots of fun in between. Join us. There are not many places in the world that would get the Queen of England jumping on a plane to visit, but here is one of them. Welcome to the Djakovo State Stud Farm, which dates back to 1506. They've been breeding Lipizzaner horses here since 1806, and in 1972 at the Munich Olympics, the Lipizzaner horses and carriage absolutely stole the show, captured the Queen's heart, and she absolutely had to come and visit. And when she came, the people of Djakovo were very excited, not only to see the Queen, but also because Tito built an asphalt road to Djakovo. These horses, once they become adults, they move into the main stud farm in the centre of Djakovo, where they are beautiful, beautiful white, which we'll see in a minute. This is a really, really wonderful symbol for me of how beautiful nature is in Slavonia. And you can come here and visit. This is a place called Ivan Dvor. It's about 3-4 kilometres outside of Djakovo, and you can see them all in their nature. And then you can go into town itself and you can visit the stud farm. You have guided tours, you can organise carriage tours, and also if you come in December, there's a really, really magnificent Christmas ball where starring the horses, the carriages, and it's really, really spectacular to watch. But for me, one of the great symbols of Slavonia and natural beauty. One of the most exciting things that's happened in Croatian tourism in the last 15 years, at least in my opinion and experience, has been the rise in the small business in tourism, especially in continental Croatia. Here in Djakovo, I was here for the first time 15, 17 years ago. It has this incredible cathedral and incredible horses, and there was really nothing much else apart from that. And every time I've come, there's been something different. There's been a really good restaurant, Lura, which opened. There's an amazing craft gin guy here. And today we're at Bachva, a new discovery for me, and it opened about 2 years ago. And this is superbly located just by the cathedral on the way to the Lipizzaner stud farm. And it has a really exceptional collection of wines from Croatia, from all over Croatia, but also with a special focus obviously on Slavonia. And Graševina is the grape of Slavonia. 24% of all vineyards in Croatia are given over to Graševina. And I've tried something new today, a sparkling Graševina, really rather good. And this is a place you can come for a drink, for a tasting. A lot of guest winemakers come here. And this is one more reason why Slavonia is developing as a gastronomic destination, as evidenced by the 2026 Goi Mio guide, the first time this region has ever been featured, Slavonia and Baranja. So this is a region which has always had fantastic gastronomy, fantastic wine, and finally people are starting to hear about it, and it's really exciting. My mind is officially blown. We've just come from the Bachva wine bar where I was talking about how Djakovo has improved and so many things opening up, and then we turn around the corner and we come to this Diaka 4-star hotel, which honestly looks absolutely incredible. It only opened 3 weeks ago. Closest 4-star hotel to here is 30 kilometers away, and if you want a symbol of how Slavonian tourism is rising, here is something. So come to Djakovo, have a look around. But this hotel, they have a sister hotel in Trogir. It's got really, really great brands. The furniture is from a company called Ancona, which is also from Djakovo. So what's really nice is that they're investing in local businesses. They're bringing local businesses together. It's got 41 rooms, it's got wellness, it's got sauna, it's got a gym, it's got a great bar. The restaurant looks fantastic. Look at the views of the cathedral. I mean, people go to Dalmatia to look at the sea, but waking up to that kind of view, absolutely incredible. The rooms are really, really spacious and very, very affordable. And for a weekend destination from somewhere like Zagreb, what a fantastic place to surprise somebody who's never been to Slavonia. It's Đakovo, it has the cathedral, it has the horses, and then we went to Bacva. We had this incredible wine experience. We went around the corner and we went to Đakovo, this incredible 41-room, 4-star hotel. And then Katerina, our guide, said we're going for lunch, and the roads got smaller and smaller and smaller. We were going to the outskirts of Đakovo, which is not a big place, into this beautiful residential street, and then this, in the middle of nowhere, Omakase, in the middle of Slavonia, a fusion restaurant of Japan and Slavonia coming together. One man's dream. The first great thing he did in his life was he married a girl from Djakovo, so he got the real estate to have the restaurant. And now he's put together a really, really interesting combination of Asian food with a Slavonian twist. We've just tried this 6-course menu. I have to say, I never thought I'd be eating Wagyu beef in Djakovo. This is how much Slavonian tourism is developing. Lots of hidden gems. Come to Djakovo for the weekend. Honestly, my mind is blown. In the year of 2026, there's very, very little is free in life, but here we are on the wonderful River Drava in magical Osijek on this beautiful boat called Kompa, and it's been in operation since 1916, so it's 110 years of operation, and it's never, ever, ever charged a passenger a single thing. It's all eco-produced, everything is generated by the flow of the river, and it's about a 3-minute crossing from one side to the other. We're on the way to the zoo. If you come to the zoo in Osijek, this is the place to come. We're actually gate crashing a wedding now. We just met a guy who's getting married. But down here, if you walk down, there is the best thing to compare with Brazil, Copacabana Beach, the real one. And there are a couple of bars down there. My favourite one is Baita, and this really is a different side of Osijek. Everybody thinks about emigration and whatever, but come along the promenade. It's the longest promenade in Southeast Europe, and it's full of magic, and we're off to discover. And after the wonderful ride with Kompa across the river to the left bank of the Drava, the magic continues. If you want, you can go to visit the famous Osijek Zoo. There's a Slavonian village there, which is very, very popular with the kids. Or you can walk around down the river, but there's a little path inside through the forest. It's really, really cool. You're completely in nature, and it's amazing to look across over here and see the city, and you're surrounded by complete nature. And we walked for about 20-25 minutes, I guess, and then we came down to one of my favourite places in Osijek. It's Copacabana Beach. The Brazilians copied, obviously, what happened here in Osijek. It's a wonderful beach area. We're at the bar called Baita, which I think was the original bar here. But now there are several bars along, sandy beach in front. And we're here in late May, and as you can see, people are around chilling out. And it really has a different vibe to city life, but it's a very, very popular place for locals to come. And July and August obviously gets a lot busier. And across here we have the famous Tvrđa, the old town of Osijek, which has been completely renovated. And this is the location for Hedron East, which is probably one of the best festivals in continental Croatia. It takes place every year in October. So this is day one of 48 hours in Slavonia, and the emphasis very much is on chill. This is a potentially historic evening for the history of gastronomy in Croatia. We're here at Restaurant Meander, Hotel Osijek. We have the lovely Đakovo behind us. Life is amazing. We've ordered this lamb dish, and I just asked cheekily, do you have any mint sauce to go with that? Because as we all know, mint sauce and lamb is the best combination out there. And the waiter said he would talk to the chef, and the chef has agreed to make mint sauce from scratch. He's never made it before in his life. He's never heard of lamb and mint sauce. And the magic, potential magic, is in this. So let's pour it out somewhere and just see how it looks. Oh, that looks genuine. Very, very good. And now let's take a little bit of lamb, add the mint sauce, the magic combination that really makes lamb come alive. And this is how British people enjoy their lamb with the mint sauce. Put it together. Croatians think this is disgusting. Divno. As much as I love Slavonia, and I really do passionately, there is something a little bit special for me once you cross the bridge north of Osijek and enter the kingdom of Baranja. This is a region which is often neglected, but is full of amazing nature, some of the best people in Croatia, as well as some of the best food, wine and hospitality. And we're staying in Karanac, which for me is the heart of Baranja, Baranjska Kuća, which is an extremely good example of how a depopulated region can regenerate itself and get village life working again. But to start in Baranja, you obviously have to start with its incredible nature. We're here in Kopački, which is the biggest wetlands in Europe. The actual park itself is 7,000 hectares. The whole area is 24,000 hectares. It feeds into various rivers such as the Drava and the Danube. And here there are, it's just, I mean, just listen to it. Just birds. There are 294 different types of birds that you hear, 152 of which live permanently, as well as 38 pairs of eagles. The most interesting birds over here in the trees are the cormorants and the herons. And the cormorants eat their own body weight in fish every single day, so you can imagine how much fish is consumed. And their excrement is one of the main sort of factors in the development of the ecosystem here. Talking of the ecosystem, it's very, very fragile, but we have some excellent guides here to learn everything, and it's everything from the fish eating the mosquito eggs to the way that the populations of the local deer and the wild boar are managed by the rangers here. So it's a really, really interesting place to come. There are two options for taking a boat tour, and I recommend you do at least one of them. The main one is on the big boat, which takes 60 people, but if you've got a little bit more money, and it's not expensive, take this private little tour and you get a guided tour down some of the smaller waterways, and you really get to see the magic of this place. Hang on, there's an eagle over there. I'll be back. One of the icons of tourism in Baranja is Baranjska Kuća, which is a wonderful complex set in the heart of the town of Karanac. And for me, it really symbolises everything that is magical about this wonderful region. Main restaurant, as you can see, serves very, very traditional, delicious food. And here we are with a little meal we had earlier, and we had a starter of chips charana, carp chips, one of the most tastiest things I've ever tried in Croatia. I've only come across this in 2 or 3 other places. And then we had pate from deer and pate from čvarci, the Croatian pork scratching. And then for the main course, 2 real traditional things here. It was goulash from wild game, and also their trademark bean stew. So everything very, very local, very, very hearty. They also do fantastic accommodation, and so really they've lifted Karanac onto the map, and now there are other things opening up as well. If I had to explain Baranja in 2 words, I would describe it as Baranska Kuća. We're here in the middle of Karanac, in the centre of Baranja. I'm here with Stanko. Tell us where we are, what we have here.
So this is the street of forgotten times. It's not a real street, it's just a yard behind our restaurant, Baranska Kuća. This is actually now a cultural heritage museum that we started in 2005. And the idea was to show the way of life and all the crowds that were here in the village of not just Karanac, but in the whole region, Slavonia and Baranja, 150 years ago. So like we have the mill, we have the blacksmith, we have the carpenter, we have we have a dozen of them. So, and then also when we find like good amount of tools, then we have something else.
Yeah,
so,
and over here we have a lot of bricks.
Yes, there is an exhibition of the bricks because when we opened in 2003, we didn't know it at the time. It was opened on the 100th anniversary when the house was built. Okay. And it was built with the adobe brick. And then later we also have the festival, Mud Academy or Akademija Blata. Mm-hmm. So the logic thing was to do some research about the bricks. So we have more than 200 different bricks and we try to find the story behind each and every one of them. And the most significant one is the one with the full name of our village, Karanac. And that was every 50th brick. It was like quality control.
But Baranska Kuća for me really is the heart of Baranja and one of the most interesting, exciting places to visit in Croatia. So I do encourage you, when you come to this part of the region, stop by. If it's for culture, if it's for food, for wine, whatever, this is a really, really great place to be. One of the things I've learned about the revitalisation of tourism in continental Croatia is when one village starts doing something, other people follow. So we've just had a fantastic lunch at Baranska Kuća in Karanac, which is the market leader, I would say, for Baranja in terms of hospitality. And right across the road there's this quite exciting pub called Pivara, which has just opened a few weeks ago. And they offer this superb tasting menu, which goes from left to right, which we'll get into in a minute. But it's got a lovely, almost like an English pub garden, I think. Really, really nicely done inside. They bought the land in 2017. They decided they didn't want to copy the locals or try and go into competition, so they thought they'd bring something new to the village. So they decided to go into beer and a pub, and it's really, really nicely designed inside and super nice people, and let's see how the beer is. Cheers. But you can't really mention gastronomy in Baranja without mentioning Osijek in Zmajevac, which is a very, very important wine town. And Osijek is probably the most famous winemaker there. Wonderful cellars. He's now got a new winery as well. But he's also extremely, extremely popular for his food. Indeed, he's the only restaurant in rural Croatia which has the 4 tokes from Going Mio. And that gives like a real example of the quality of the food here. So really, really hearty food, very, very local, and excellent wines, just a very, very chilled atmosphere. Why more people don't come to Baranja, I don't know. Of all the incredible tourism stories I've heard in Croatia over the last 15 years since I started following tourism here, none has given me more pleasure to follow or to make me more proud of a friend of mine, Mario Romulic, than this amazing project here. We're in the forest in Bilje, just across the border from Osijek at the start of Baranja. And this is a place called Čudesna šuma, magical forest. And this is a project of Mario to create a biodynamic farm where everything really is sourced locally. They've built this incredible restaurant accommodation themselves. It's a family of husband, wife, 2 sons and daughter. They're all working in the business. And the CEO of Taste Atlas, the global food website, was here recently and actually said this is probably among the best food you can have in the world right now. And as you can see out here, Mario is now preparing for 20 guests coming in a half an hour, and he's preparing duck, and it looks like it's going to be an absolutely special lunch. But just everything around here is just completely magical. I was here 7 years ago, and the only thing that was here was a little house at the end of the garden, and everything else has been built by the family with their bare hands, with an incredible vision. And it really is one of the top gastronomic experiences you can have here in Croatia, I would say, but you must book in advance. But Čudesna šuma, magical forest, absolutely sensational. There are a few better symbols of the magic of Baranja than from Đakovo, this lookout point close to Karanac. And here behind me we have the fabulous vineyards, which are one of the hallmarks of Baranja. The wine here is fantastic. You have nature all around. You can see just what a really empty and beautiful place this is. And also bikes. This is a big adventure tourism destination. It's one of the best for cycling in all of Croatia. Bring your own bike and explore. This Zmajevac is the best place to come. You're through the vineyards, up and down hills. It's really photogenic. If you don't have your own bike, go to Baranska Kuća in Karanac and they'll rent you an e-bike and more. Baranja is not only a phenomenal wine destination, but it also has really fantastic events. They have the month of wine, which goes from May till July. It takes about 3 months. Lots of events going in. They also have the wine marathon, the Baranja Wine Marathon, and also bike and wine, and also wine and walk and so on. And today we're in Zmajevac, which for me is probably the capital of the wine scene in Baranja. And we're here at Vinathlon. And the main event is to watch teams pushing a barrel 300 meters up the hill. I was invited to come. I accepted only because I thought we were pushing the barrels downhill. And when I got here, really hot day, I had to enlist like my partner in crime, Tony, my English friend. And so we had 2 Englishmen toiling away, trying to push this barrel up the hill and everything else. We didn't come first, we didn't come last, but we did finish. Hvala vama I moram čestitat pobjedniku. Kao Englezi mi smo trudili, nismo uspjeli, ali mislim da u Americi za 2 tjedna mi ćemo pobjediti.
That was hard. Hey, but we came second!
There's a really good atmosphere now, and you have all these small wine producers, a few little stores coming out. Nina Balic is playing later on. And for me, this is the essence of tourism in Croatia. You have small communities that celebrate their local traditions and wines and everything else. And it's just a really fun sort of place to be. And I really encourage you to come and experience a bit of that Baranja magic, because it's very different to the rest of Croatia.
In my head, that was very different.
And after the madness of the wine in Zmajevac the night before, a nice piece of tranquility and peace and calm on a Sunday morning. Here we are in Tvrđa, the old town of Osijek, which has been beautifully renovated in the last few years, and really, for me, it's one of the most outstanding old towns in all Croatia. Has a really nice atmosphere. Come in October for Head on East, which is the premier festival here, when the whole the old town lights up with this Gastro festival. It's really fantastic. And just come here for coffee. It's just you sit within hundreds of years of tradition and history and so on. And my personal favourite place, not only in Osijek but probably in all Croatia, is the haven that I call Hotel Maximilian, which is where we are now. It's a boutique 4-star hotel in the old town, and the gardens behind are absolutely magnificent, and the service here is wonderful. So for me, 48 hours in Slavonia and Baranja. We've had the ups and downs, we've had history, culture, we've seen progress, lots of wine, great food, fantastic nature, adventure tourism, 2 fat Englishmen pushing a barrel up a hill, and we end with a nice peaceful reminder of just how magical Eastern Croatia is. And I hope to see you here soon, because it really is a special and very overlooked part of Croatia.